Hey everybody, Channel 5 is reporting that a woman in California once tried to sue Captain Crunch cereal because the Crunch berries were not real berries.
I would do that too. Oh guys, I'm Nisha, and did you guys know that in Switzerland, you can't just own one guinea pig, you have to own multiple. So that's a weird fact right there.
That's a weird fact. That's how we start the show. Guys, thank you for joining in. Another episode of Channel 5 is here. I appreciate all the support, man. I appreciate y'all shouting out the merch as well. I have a great friend with me today, man. I don't know how long we've been, social media friends, but it's a while. She came on a Shareholders podcast a couple of years ago, and she was so great. And so I hit her up, and she was nice enough to come on again to this crazy show. Channel 5, we got some hot topics to talk about. Nisha, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm blessed. I'm just happy to be alive at this point in time. I always say enjoy the moment, so I've just been enjoying the moments. But I'm good mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all of that.
Oh, that's good to hear. That is good to hear. So we're coming on today, guys, and we're going to hit a couple things. And one of the first things I wanted to talk about that I recommended with Nisha was, there's I don't want to say a movement, I don't want to say anything like that, but, kind of a hot word, if you will, when you talk about relationships with men and women and things like that, is the word accountability. In marriages, and, if you're engaged, if you're just talking, first time sitting down to dinner with somebody, accountability and where we stand. So I wanted to kind of hit that first. Nisha, what is your initial, when you hear that word, what's the initial thing that kind of pops to mind when you hear in a relationship setting accountability?
I definitely think that it is when you are, if there's a lack of anything in a relationship, right? It's being aware of that, what you're lacking. And then taking accountability and saying, hey, okay, this is something that I'm not giving in the relationship, therefore I need to fix it. So you recognize it, you're seeing it, you're taking responsibility for whatever you're lacking. And that goes for many different situations in a relationship. That's what I feel, in my opinion.
I do too.
What about you?
Yeah, I think when we say accountability, personally or professionally, whatever, it's me trying to assess the things in my life that are maybe not where they should be, and then doing the best I can to fix those things. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And now we get to, matter of fact, let me read the definition. I got the definition up here for accountability.
Okay, come on now.
Is the fact or condition of being accountable, responsibility, and a liability to yourself, if you will. So
yeah.
When we then talk about holding someone accountable, which is kind of where a lot of these conversations go, women hold these men accountable, you know what I'm saying? Don't let these brothers just be getting away with stuff. Men hold these women accountable. Don't have these women just, all this stuff like that. That's kind of a different thing, because now it's like I'm saying to you, well, this is what I feel. It's like I'm saying, if you're going to be with me, I need you to do these things, and I have to hold you accountable for these things, you can't have this, or you can't have that, or, whatever. Some people want you to make a certain amount of money, or you got to be able to be living this type of lifestyle, whatever it is. That's what I feel like when I hear people say, I'm going to hold you accountable in a relationship. Do you feel, is there anything different?
Listen, it's like this. If we're dating and, you want to move forward with me, I'm going to give you, like I always say, I'm going to give you the cheat sheet to me. I'm going to tell you exactly how I want to be loved and treated and respect, you know what I mean, throughout the relationship. Now, if I didn't gave you the cheat sheet to how I want you to treat me, and you just take that cheat sheet and you do whatever you want to do with it, and you're not going according to the rules, well, then I'm going to step up and I'm going to say, hey, I gave this to you. What happened to you learning me, trying to, just coexist with me and things like that in different situations. So it's like, I'm definitely going to hold you to what you said you were going to do, or all the things that I told you that I wanted that you are totally ignoring. I feel like if I don't hold you accountable, then you'll take that into the next relationship, and it'll just be a vicious cycle. So I'm going to end it there. And if you take what I say as something other than me giving you constructive criticism, You see what I'm saying? If you take it as anything other than that, I don't think that you're mentally ready to have that type of conversation when it comes to, you know, accountability and who should be held, you know, for it and things like that. But it all depends on who you're with and how they're operating and how they're moving, really.
And you know what? I totally agree with that, because if I tell you specifically, okay, like for me, I do not like, this is just me, but I don't eat food in my bed. I don't like,
Oh,
I can't, right?
I can't stand it.
So if you're gonna be with me, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna walk that out. We say I do and all that. You can't then, if you know, and I told you this, you can't then come in with crackers and nuts and all in the bed, because whoa, I told you that's a no-go for me. So now I have to hold you accountable for that, because I literally, we're not talking about, you know, there's some things and there's some layers that people got to get through, and you got to trust somebody a little more to know everything about them, and it takes the time. But some of the surface things, like, why are you bringing food in the bed? Remember I said I don't like food in the bed? Well, you know, this is just me. But that's something we talk. See, that's my thing right there. Like that drives me nuts, you know, because a person is taking the time to tell you that. Now, let me, are you feeling me? Is that fair?
Okay, yes, it's fair. Totally fair.
Yeah, and I think that's the main thing. And then sometimes I feel like there is a problem, though, because if a person is coming into a relationship and you can tell there's some people who have never been held accountable for just about anything in their life. And so they take everything like that as an attack. Like, you know, why you always judge me? Why you always ban? And it's like, I'm really not. If the person's coming from a good place, I'm really not trying to do that. But at some point, if we're going to be together, I need you to pull your weight. And I think it's fair for you to hold me accountable as well. But some people, I've dealt with some people that just totally shut down anytime any accountability happens. Have you ever dealt with that?
I have, actually, in a relationship. When I tell you I've been through it, I have been through it. And I've learned a lot through that relationship. And it was very, I wouldn't say it was dark, but it was more so, he's a Gemini. No shade to the Geminis, but I'm a Pisces. So y'all already know we ain't even supposed to be together. But because I'm a lover and I'm a caregiver and I love. So I'm gonna try and take whatever relationship I have and try and work at it. But if I'm putting in so much effort and focus on the relationship and I'm not getting it, and then when I tell you and how I bring it to you is on a nice little platter and it's all beautiful and I'm nice and meek and I'm saying, this is how I'm coming at you, but you still take it. You cherry pick what you want to hear and you spin it around to fit whatever narrative you got going on in your mind, because how I'm telling you, whatever words that are coming out, you don't like. But it don't matter how I tell you, you just don't like nobody telling you you're not doing that right. You're lacking, or you need to improve, because that person probably don't think they need to improve. But like I said before, you're going to take that into the next relationship, and guess what? That next woman is going to be affected, really infected too. Like it's something in the spirit. You feel me? Yeah. When you get that, I don't mean to go on about this, but I'm telling you, when you get infected in the spirit, it really does affect you on the outside too. So I've been through that, and I tried to work through it in many different levels. Nothing really worked. The only thing that worked is just saying, okay, it's done, it's over and done. Let me move forward.
Yeah.
In peace, respectfully.
You said something really key there too, because, and fellas, let me be real. I think guys do this a little more than women, because we will kind of cherry pick some things. So put it like this, fellas, y'all know, she didn't send you a paragraph on the text, right? First of all, you came home, you didn't call me, but right? You didn't do that. You said you're gonna take the trash out, such, and then we'll be like, I did take the trash out. And then we don't talk about none of the other stuff. We do that. And see, a good woman is going to be like, no, just don't talk about that. Talk about all the other stuff too. And sometimes, fellas, we try to just skirt past some things, but that's what it's for. And that's what it's supposed to be. Even the stuff you don't like. Like if you're a workout person, good trainer. Yeah, okay, I just want to work shoulders. Oh yeah, we're gonna work them shoulders, but we're gonna work them hamstrings. We're gonna do stuff you don't like to do. And that's part of making your whole body, in tune. So That's really good. I enjoyed what you said with that too.
Because I agree, and I think men and women should hold each other accountable. I'm talking for the Black folks. I'm sorry, because Black love is really important to me personally. Because I feel like we don't have enough representation out there of true Black love and successful love. So when I hear of people getting ready to get married or engaged and stuff like that, and I'm just like, I'm rooting for y'all. Come on, I'm rooting for y'all because y'all know our divorce rate is so high in the US. So I'm just like this. If you guys are with someone that you love and you want to work at it and you really want it to be successful, just stay at it. Just stay focused on the love and the attention that you guys give each other. That's all I got to say about that.
And that is a great segue to our next topic. When we talk about representation with love and all that, I told Nisha, I said, I want to talk about this.
Give us a moment and we will own it. Give us a moment and we will own it. Give us a moment.
Mr. Tyler Perry. And I want to ask a question. Is Tyler Perry overrated? Now, understand, let me put a caveat out here. So because the brother has really broke down some barriers. He's got the Tyler Perry Studios. I mean, he is putting Black people on the screen. He is folks are getting jobs, and y'all understand something. It's not just the people you see acting. He's got people working behind the scenes, editing, all these things. So never gonna hate on that. His comedy brand is maybe not in my wheelhouse, but again, I respect the hustle. Not everybody likes Kevin Hart, or not everybody likes, whatever, it's fine. But I was talking about, are the movies really good? And let me quickly, I'm gonna give a couple. I got a list out here. These are movies he's either directed, written, or done both. So he started out.
Okay.
05, yeah. 05, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, Medea's Family Reunion, Daddy's Little Girls, Why Did I Get Married, Meet the Browns, The Family That Prays, Medea Goes to Jail, I Can Do Bad All by Myself, Why Did I Get Married 2, Medea's Happy Family, Good Deeds, and it goes on from there. But a lot of Medea.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's got Medea Family Reunion. He's got a lot of that Medea stuff, and again, and he's done TV work as well. But I'm going to kind of focus on the films. So when I say that initially, do you feel like he's overrated? Because I'm going to say I don't.
What do you? No, you give me your answer.
Okay.
Do you feel that he is overrated based on movies?
Yeah. Okay. I'm about to say something, and they're gonna come from me. But here's the thing: I feel like his audience, Black women, not all, but his audience, which is a lot of Black women, they be like, "Oh, Tyler Perry, put him up there with Martin Scorsese. He's just the greatest." And I'm like, I don't really think the movies are, not that they're terrible, but I don't really think they're good. It's just kind of like, but there's people when a new Tyler Perry movie come, they are excited. You ain't gonna see what? And I'm just like, I don't really think the movies are that good. They're very repetitive to me. It's kind of the same cookie cutter thing. That's me. What's your opinion?
I totally agree 100%. I think that, like you said, I'm going to go ahead and hit him with the positives first. That is a man that did actually work from the ground up. He started, as we say, the chitlin circuit. Yeah. And he worked his way on out of there, right? And I gotta admit that I've seen some of the plays, and I thought some of the plays were kind of good, but they're plays. They're supposed to be over-exaggerated in ways, right? So when the movies come out, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's cool. It's a one-time hitter for me. Like, I'll watch it one time, don't ask me to watch it again. To support our people.
Yes.
But I do feel that he is, it needs more improvement when it comes to the movies. Not to say that his writing is bad, because he does have messages that a lot of people need to hear, but your message is distorted when we look at them wigs and we look at how the people are like, come on now, y'all, that's the first thing people be talking about. Come, them wigs. Okay.
The wig budget, y'all.
The budget.
Who is, listen, now I'm a man and I can be fooled by wigs. I don't know all the hairstyles, all that. But when I'm seeing like, y'all, hold up, man. Like old girl jump to the side and one scene back and another. What are we doing? Like, who's editing?
I knew I felt like that in one of the what was that one? Was it A Fall from Grace? Oh my God.
Yes. I know just
when that, you know, I was like, okay, Tyler, slow down, take your time, go get the right hairstylist to get you to some bomb wigs, because you know it's some people that they dirty with the wigs, you know what I mean? I mean in a good way. And the fact that, like I said, he has really good messages. They're fun, you know what I mean? But they are repetitive in the messages. We get it. We get it. And one thing I can say really quickly is I do want to see more deeply melanated people in his movies. Like, we don't want to see the lead man as a high yellow, very attractive man. That's not realistic. Not to me. I'm sorry. That's my opinion, not nobody else's. I just want to see more dark skinned, you know, beautiful Black people in his movies that I feel like if I watch that, okay, that's representing me, or that's representing, you know, my father, or my, you know, my uncles and stuff like that. So come on, Tyler.
Nisha, tell me you don't like Michael Ealy without telling me you don't like Michael Ealy. You just put Michael Ealy out there. Okay, fine, bro. Like,
no. Hold it on. Let me tell you why. That man, he's a good actor.
He is.
Give it to him. He's a great actor when it comes to certain roles. Yeah. And I'm telling you, Michael Ealy, he can eat up a role if you really if you put him in the right setting. You know what I mean? Yeah. But why you bring him up? Was he in one of those movies?
I think he was in one. I thought ain't everybody been in a Tyler Perry movie that's Black? I thought
everybody's been in there. Oh my God, I feel like he was in there. But you know what? It's gonna come to me later on.
Yeah,
but Michael Ealy,
maybe I'm thinking about Barbershop, because I know he's in Barbershop.
He was in Barbershop. That's another movie everybody.
But you know what? Let me tell you, you said something really key though too. He made his bones doing plays in the Chicken Circuit, and he got famous. And it is kind of like his movies are still like extended plays.
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember I saw him in a movie that I didn't want to. I was dating somebody at the time. They wanted to go to movies. It was a movie called Alex Cross, and I was like, Lord. And Alex Cross, listen, I promise you, the line would be like, I could tell you, the line was gonna be like, if you come for me, I'm gonna come for you. But Tyler was saying the lines like he was in the play, like, if you come for me, the Lord is my witness. I tell you, dear God, I'm gonna come. I was like, see, he's doing too much. That's play in a movie. Like, yes, I told, like, it's like there's still plays, kind of, not movies.
Yeah.
So I just, you know, he got a studio. So let's and he in Atlanta. I know people here in Atlanta.
Yes. Oh, let's give him props for that. I'm sorry to cut you off, because I really have to say that man has been giving work. Like you said, he got a lot of people working for him in the background. He got a lot of people that he's putting out there in front of the screen. And I'm like, he has a whole studio. I think Oprah kind of helped him get that a little bit. That's just me. But he has a whole studio that he can, you know, allow us to come in and create. So I commend him for that. Now, as far as his movies, don't ask me to go to no movies to go see it. I won't even look at it on you know, what is it? Fire Stick. It's just like you know, you have your certain taste in movies. That's not something I would run to go watch, but I would support if I need to.
Yeah, that, you know, like you said, we try to support, but I just, you know, let's maybe just raise it up a little bit. But okay, before we go, I saw a story. I said, Lord Jesus, let's just talk quickly about this, because we got to help our folk out. So in Louisiana, a woman was arrested after refusing to return $1.2 million mistakenly put into her account. So I guess what happened was that she, a former sheriff's dispatcher, which, okay, I mean, you working at the sheriff's office, I don't know what you think will happen.
Not right.
Had a wire transfer, I guess, was put into her account. And she was like, no, it's in my account, then whatever, that's mine. And they were like, no, ma'am, that's not how it works. And she's now being booked, and currently has a $50,000 bond out. And they're learning then that she, you know, she was like, they're like, she has no legal claims to this money. It was accident. And so all I want to say is, people, somebody gonna come looking for $1.2 million, okay? Like, we pray the Lord bless and send the blessings down for him, but you can't get it like that. I'm sorry, that's not, they gonna come for that. I don't know, like, you can't like get the money and spend it fast and be like, oh, I ain't got it no more. No, that's not how it works. Any thoughts on, I'm not even gonna say her name, we're gonna say her sister, because she is, but any thoughts on the young lady and her financial situation she's in?
So as I told you before, I used to work in the financial industry in a banking center, and that's a major, major mistake. Now I can say I've seen brokerage accounts that have had thousands of dollars and millions of dollars in it. And those are transfers that can be electronically done. And it's supposed to be done by a rep. So whoever did that, trust, either is out of a job or they have been heavily fined in some way. Because the regulations when it comes to those types of things, no, she doesn't have full, just because it's in your account doesn't mean you own it. So she was supposed to give that money back. Now, I don't blame her. Like, I see $1 million, I'm like, Lord, thank you. And I'm transferring little at a time. You know what I mean? You can't do it all big at a time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Something small, yes, you can. And you probably can get away with it, probably like hundreds of dollars, because I've seen that in other people's accounts. But millions of dollars, boo-boo. Come on now. They come in for that.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
Yeah.
See, my thing is, I would make a big deal, like, trying to like let all social media know, like, oh, everybody, look, they made a mistake and gave me all this money. I'm gonna give it back, but ain't it right that they should give me a reward? See, that's
right. What I'm gonna get broke out.
You know what I'm saying? Put it on them like I'm a good Samaritan. So that's how I feel. But
no, yeah. She ain't getting nothing though.
Now she getting booked. But it's just a little information.
It was with Charles Schwab, right?
Charles Schwab.
Yes. Yeah. So you already know they're dealing with high value customers. You make that type of mistake, your job needs to be gone, because whoever that money belonged to, you got the mini heart attack they probably went through, like, where's my money? Where's my money? And guess what? When stuff like that goes down, there are legal things that people can, to do in order to get that money back. However, even if she spent it, she gonna have to owe that money back. So.
Yeah, whoever did that,
it up for a little bit.
Yeah, I can't trust you with, if you losing $1.2 million, you can't really be trusted. I used to work at a bank when I was very young, and I remember they gave us this long orientation, and this is what I said, can y'all take me to the vault? And they were like, well, no, we're gonna get to that. I was like, no, listen, I gotta be able to know I can handle being around this much money at once. They opened the vault up, and I just looked, I was a lot of money, and I was like, okay. But it doesn't, that much money in cash is not as big as you think. Like, you remember, I thought $1 million. I was like, oh, this ain't that. Okay, I'm all right.
Like that. Like you thought you were gonna be like that. Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking about. You read my mind.
That's what I thought, but it was really not. It was kind of overrated. So I'm like, I can handle it, but yeah. So anyway, guys, that is a show. That is Channel 5. I want to thank, you really were good today. And this probably won't be the last time we be on, Nisha, because you were great. I'm pushing her, y'all. She really need to have her own show, because as you can see, she speaks well. She's smart. She got it going. Hey.
I'm a whole heathen out here in these streets. I don't think people want to. When I tell you my stuff be raw, I have to really dial it back. I just want to thank you for allowing your platform to bring me on to just allow my goofiness in me to just show who I am, because you've always been, really quickly, because I think I said this in the last time we did a podcast, I still have that text message that you sent, remember?
Yes.
Of, I want to call it a premonition of what you told me. And I'm not even going to say what it is. I'm going to keep that secretly to myself. But I still go back and read that every once in a while, because it gives me motivation. I just want you to know that.
No, and you know what? It's crazy, because I have not forgot that. A lot of things you forget and stuff.
Really?
And all that, but I remember that, and I'm looking forward to that day. So
it's coming.
Yeah, for sure.
Before I die.
But thank you so much. I appreciate the time, guys. You know where to find us at. This is on the Mighty Sharp Network, Channel 5 podcast. I got so many great guests coming up. as we're getting forward, but we're getting some steam. We're gonna be in studio more with people too. Right now we're doing Zoom. I mean, aren't you in Houston? Are you in Houston?
I'm in Houston, yeah, but I don't mind traveling.
Yeah,
I don't mind traveling.
I mean, when my people come through to Vegas, we will have them in this wonderful studio as well, because I prefer in studio. But thank you, Nisha. I want you to have a blessed rest of the day. We will get back in touch again. This will not be the last time. But guys, you know what I want you to do before we go. Please be blessed. Stay sharp. Thank you so much.
Give us some more.